so it's already started. I import products from overseas. Products that are made of materials that are not produced here in the US. They haven't been produced in the US for, I don't know, 50, 60 years. So no matter how much I wanted to pay, I could not get these materials here in the US. And all of my manufacturers have sent me emails letting me know that because Trump was elected and he has threatened tariffs, all of the pricing will go up in January in anticipation of these tariffs. So the goods that I buy will cost me more money, not the other country, and then I will have to raise prices that I sell them at to make that up. So it's already started, and for people who didn't realize what a tariff was, you're about to find out, okay? Because it's going to affect everything that you buy. Because there's not a product on the shelf that doesn't have some element of it that comes from another country. So, good luck.
Tariffs are taxes imposed on imported goods, designed to make foreign products more expensive and protect domestic industries. When a government raises tariffs, it typically leads to higher prices for consumers, as businesses often pass on the cost of the tariffs. This can limit choices as imported goods become pricier or less available. While tariffs can benefit local manufacturers by reducing competition, consumers may end up paying more for everyday items. Ultimately, while tariffs aim to support domestic economies, they can also strain household budgets and reduce overall economic growth.
Okay, so I'm here to explain what a tariff is because a lot of y'all don't know what a tariff is. So say I bought that Hello Kitty plushie for $30 from like Walmart or whatever. So they were buying that material that they're using to make this plushie out of from like a foreign country. So say they were paying like $11 to $12 for this material. Now that material is going to be costing them $13 to $14 or $15. So that means they're going to have to raise the prices of their products because they're having to pay more for the materials. So tariffs are really just a good reason for American manufacturers to raise the prices of their products. So people have to pay more. It's putting more money in their pockets because they're raising their prices as well. But that means it's affecting the American people more than it is the foreign country. So those manufacturers are making more money from their shareholders, but they're not making more money for the people. That's why people are looking at y'all like y'all are crazy. You didn't read the fine print.
Okay, let me explain what a tariff is. A tariff is a tax when you import something in. So basically, I was a import and export checker at FedEx, for instance. Let's use that example when I was scanning documents. So when something comes in, it clears customs, and then we sort it for delivery. But when it goes to customs, duties and taxes are assessed. So basically, those are pretty much tariffs. So say for instance, I import in a large shipment of candle jars, candle lids, labels, candle wicks, and anything else I need for my candle business. My candle accessories are made in China. My wick trimmers, my candle snuffers, importing all that in. And so when it comes in, I'm charged say Trump imposes his 50% tariff. Let's do 50%. And so basically, that my company pays that tax, that 50% tariff. Okay, and so when I start producing my candles through my manufacturer, because they're going to be getting stuff imported too, and then they're going to pass on the tariff to me for making those candles, and then I'm going to have to turn around and pass that tariff on to you when I sell you a candle. So basically, if you thought that was going to save you money, no, you're going to be paying more money out of your pocket, and that's how that works.
My For You page the last few days has been like 30% of people explaining the Trump tariffs and how terrible they'll be, 30% of people finding out about what tariffs are, and then the other 30% brands and influencers telling you that you should stock up on things before the Trump tariffs hit next year. And if you've been getting a lot of the content in the last category, I just have a very gentle message for you, which is take a deep breath. It's true that if Trump's proposed tariffs actually do take effect, that consumer goods would get more expensive. He's proposed a 60% tariff on everything coming from China, which is a lot of stuff, and 10%, I believe, on everything else. But I've been seeing a lot of influencers and business owners and brands actually say now is the time to stock up on anything you think you might need in the next 4 years, which I think we can all agree is just not feasible. I can't buy 4 years of pasta in a month. I'm not going to buy 4 years of makeup because that will expire eventually. And there's no way for me to predict all the things that I will need in the next 4 years in time for Black Friday sales or whatever. So if you're feeling overwhelmed by this push to just buy a ton of stuff before Trump's inauguration, here's my advice. We still don't know exactly what tariffs will look like under Trump. He promises a lot of things. This has always been the case. He says a lot of things. He promises a lot of things. A lot of the stuff never happens. I'm not here to make predictions. I'm not saying the tariffs won't happen, but just being the reminder that you might need that, we don't know exactly what will happen quite yet. Second, while it's true that a lot of stuff is made in China and other countries, some stuff is still made in the United States. So, for example, paper products. I think 98 or 99% of toilet paper is produced in the US. So don't go buy 4 years worth of toilet paper. I also just think people should be mindful of who is telling them to stock up on things. So for me personally, I am not going to listen to you if you have something to sell me and you're telling me that I should buy a ton of stuff to prepare for the next 4 years. I can absolutely see why that's appealing and working to people, but just be mindful of who is telling you to stock up on stuff that you maybe don't even need. Another thing a lot of people might not know is that sometimes companies can apply for tariff exemptions. For example, I'm looking at a story right now from the New York Times in 2020 when the Trump administration removed tariffs on the Apple Watch after the company requested it. This kind of goes to my first point of we don't exactly know what will happen and what will go up in price and how much it'll go up. I'm confident that some of the terrible things that the Trump campaign has proposed will indeed happen in the next 4 years and beyond. But please don't go into debt buying 1 million sweaters or a bunch of makeup and lipstick and skincare or 5 computers or whatever, because the truth is we just don't quite know yet.
Girl, I'm just glad it's over. Now we can just get back to rebuilding the economy and getting everything back to the United States where it belongs.
Oh, you mean the tariffs?
Yeah, I mean, if China wants to come and bring their stuff over here, they should have to pay for it.
You know that's not how tariffs work, right? We're the ones who pay the tax on the import. They don't pay to export.
I mean, yeah, but we can still make stuff here. It'll make people come back here to the United States.
Maybe, or you could always upcycle or thrift. That's a pretty good idea.
Girl, I ain't going to Goodwill. That's where I donate my stuff. I'm not going to go there and I'm going to go off Facebook Marketplace. I'm trying to get away from that because now we can afford to buy new things since Trump.
Yeah, I understand that in theory, but it is going to be a long ways away before we can bring manufacturing back in the States. And in the short term, it's going to make everything a lot more expensive for us because, the cost of the tariffs are going to get passed along to us. But I guess that means that you could support local makers, maybe somebody that makes stuff out of reclaimed wood. That could be new, but still sustainable.
Or reclaimed wood. I have a couple of those signs in my house. They say live, laugh, Christ.
You're learning so many important things, and I'm so proud of you.
I promise you that. You gonna send a white bitch to my motherfucking buzzer? Talking about some higher education. You're a dummy, bitch. You will never know shit. Don't nobody want you. Don't nobody need you. You done